the show. You are watching In the Know. I am your host, Cassie, and
I am Kim.
my co-host. Today is our first show, and we just want to give you guys a little insight of what we're going to be doing. In the Know is going to be a show where we're going to be giving you guys information on things that are happening locally, on the news, things of that nature. So we just want to keep you guys informed on all sorts of things, insurance, health things, how to fix a broken ice maker.
Any of that kind of stuff.
So we just want to keep you in the know. I can tell you a little bit about myself. I've worked in a lot of different areas. I work in the healthcare field. I work in the insurance industry, and I have a lot of insight on those sorts of issues. I've also worked with community outreach in Detroit, Flint, in Pontiac area. So I've seen a lot of different things, have a lot of different resources. And this is my co-host. This is actually my sister. She's also worked in the outreach. I know one of the places that she worked was the Lighthouse in Pontiac. That's actually where she met my wonderful brother-in-law, Tim. When she worked at the Lighthouse.
Oh, yes. And I also worked for the DMC doing patient advocacy. I worked for Prudential and...
so you have an insurance background?
Yes.
Okay, insurance and real estate background. Yes. Okay, so us together, we definitely make the dynamic duo. We have a lot of information. We have a lot of information to get to you, and we're very excited about getting these things to you because I feel it's very important to be informed and knowledgeable about what's going on, so you can, if you know more, if you know better, you can do better. You know?
That's right.
So we had a guest today. We're still waiting on him, so we're basically just going to talk until he hopefully comes to the studio. So Kim, go ahead.
Okay, our next
show?
Yes, our next show. I'm sorry. I kind of lose my thoughts sometimes. I'll tell you. You'll get to know more about me as time goes on. But
we got a little time now. Let them know about you, girl.
Let them know. Okay. Well, it's kind of personal, but it's true. Okay, I've had a couple of strokes, and sometimes it's difficult for me to remember what I wanted to say, and so I'm really glad that my sister is there to help me out a little and be like, okay, it's this or that, because it's kind of difficult sometimes. People that have had strokes and brain aneurysms can probably identify with that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think now we got to do the station ID. So I just need to let you guys know that you are watching In the Know live, and we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. We'd like for you to follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV. It is the coolest station in the world.
Cool. So this has been a really, for me, this experience, the show has been really a blessing in disguise. It's giving me a lot of motivation to get things back in order,
Okay.
Just being a part of something.
Well, I know yesterday we went to the thing, and I know you. How did you like that?
Oh, that was really nice. That's the jazz.
Yes, the jazz series at the St. Regis Hotel.
It is really, really nice, and it's friendly. It's a place where you can go and you can dress up, which I love to do, and just put on your best stuff and go out and have a night on the town, have a couple of drinks, listen to some really nice music.
Exactly, especially in this pre-COVID society. So yeah, the crowd, it was a nice crowd. You know, everybody, they looked at like, you can't tell from people looks though, but they looked at like a responsible group. You know?
Right.
They did. They looked at like a responsible
They really
group.
did.
Yeah.
And I think when you're dealing with people of a different, I don't know, I just say at a different age, you know, our thinking's a little bit more mature, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was a nice, mature crowd.
Yeah, it was.
And I know that they have a dress code, and yeah, if you ever want to come there, they're doing that on Thursdays at the St. Regis Hotel, 6 o'clock, and it's on Eventbrite. It's on Eventbrite.
Yes.
We've actually gone the last 2 weeks, and it has been really awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yes, and that is for how long is it's until Labor Day, right?
Yeah, I want to say until Labor Day.
Until Labor Day, and I think it's a good time out, you know, especially if you don't have a lot going on and you want to get out and you don't know what to do. That's the place to go.
Okay.
It really is.
Okay. So how was your week, Kim? What was the highlight of your week, other than a concert, other than the jazz series?
Oh my gosh. You know what I did? I told you I went to WWE, okay? Smack.
Oh, yeah.
It was so much fun because, like, we got tickets right on the floor, so every time someone came through, they had to come through us. And so I was getting fives and hitting people's heads.
Really?
All of the, like, my one girl, I love her, Bianca Belair.
Okay.
She's bad. She got the long braid and she be doing like this. But she was there and she hit I think her name is Sasha. I don't think that's her name, but anyway, she hit her and made her fall into my leg.
Girl, no.
Oh!
No, she didn't.
Yeah, and it hurt. That thing hit my leg so hard. I started to get up. I said,
Sam,
girl,
okay.
don't you mess with them people.
So she fell onto your leg?
No, the thing that it was like a bar. You know, to keep us from going out on the.
Yeah.
So it was right by my leg. I was sitting down, and when she fell, it hit my knee, and I was like, dang. But she laid there like for a long time. She was actually sitting in the chair.
You was like, dang, or you was like, damn.
You know, I was like, damn. What? I wanted to call her out her name, but I didn't because I don't want to have to fight this girl because I think she can fight.
Hey, our guest is here.
Oh my gosh. Mr.
Hey,
Dinosaur has arrived.
Have a seat right there.
Dinosaur has arrived.
Oh my
And
gosh.
glad to be here. I had to change because I did another event and I waved some pop on my eye. I had to go home and change.
Oh, no.
Our guest.
Well, for those that don't know, Fast Freddie has just walked in the room. He is our guest for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
I'm with these pretty childs with pretty smiles.
Oh, he was so
And this is my
sweet.
sister. This
Yes.
is my sister Kim.
Oh, so y'all fine
And
just
mom,
alike too.
and mom told me to tell you that she loves you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love her back. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully she's watching today.
Yes,
All
But
right.
yes.
yes, we're glad you made it. We
So
just want to start off with, welcoming you to the show. Today is our debut show,
Yes.
but we're just going to get right into it. I want
First
you to
guest.
first guest, the awesomest guest, Fast Freddie, for
sir.
those who have been under a rock. This is the
Okay.
Fast Freddie, okay?
The.
Yes.
Been around a long time, so I'm glad to still be around.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
for
just
sure.
start off by telling us about you. For those that don't know, I spoke to a gentleman in the hallway today. He said you were
Yes.
a myth to him or a legend. He had never met you. So just for those that don't know, let us know who you are, what you do, how long you've been doing it, and hey, you got the floor.
First of all, I've been in Detroit for a long time. It's been a blessing to be here. And as of next month, I will have been here 75 years.
Oh.
And I have been blessed to do many, many things. I was on a TV show for about 10 years. It was a show for teenagers. And at the time, I was 35.
No.
But I was modeling
Okay.
for Hudson's and another store, and they wanted me to model these suits on the TV show, The Scene. And I went down to do so, and I was waiting for the commercial, and I was standing there, and the music got good, and I started dancing and stuff. And they said, "Well, this is getting pretty good to you. Maybe you ought to just try this out." And at the time, I looked pretty young. I guess I had it going on then.
You still got it going on. Come on now, Freddie. You still got it going on.
At the time, so they told me, "Well, get up there and dance." And there was a young lady named LaWanda. She was the most popular person
I
on there.
remember LaWanda too.
And she's one of the most popular persons in Detroit now, too.
Yes.
But I was dancing with her, had so much fun. It was just fun for me. It was just a new experience. And shockingly, I got a lot of calls. They said, "Well, who is this guy?" You know, because I was doing my own dance. You know, they were doing one thing, but I was doing another thing. And I always liked to dress, so dressing up was my stick. So, you know, my grandfather taught me the best reason to dress up is because you wake up.
I know that's right.
And to this very day, I do this very same thing.
Okay.
But after I was on this show, I got so many calls. They said, "Well, why don't you try this?" And I was kind of negligent because I said, "Well, these are teenagers. I'm like 35 years old." They said, "You don't look it, don't worry about it. Let's try it out." And I tried it out, and then they said, "Well, dang, it's getting pretty good. We want to keep you around."
Okay.
I said, "Now, come on now. Fate says I'm not a teenager." But they said, "Well, we're just going to work this out and see what happens." And so when they did, I said, "Oh, we got to tell them something." I said, "Well, I tell you what." They said, "We'll make you the coordinator because all the kids listen to you anyway." So I started being the coordinator, and 10 years later, I was still doing the same thing.
Oh, wow.
And it has made me really, truly an icon in Detroit. I don't go anywhere. I'm a stranger. It's been such a blessing.
Yes.
I had great parents, and they taught me to do well, and I'm still here. And not only that, since then, I was modeling. I was doing some modeling for Hudson's, and then that escalated. I've been modeling so long. I started modeling when I was 19.
Okay.
And when I was 25 and 30, I sold shoes at downtown at Hudson's and all that thing.
Okay.
And I got pretty popular. And so I started modeling with them. And then I started getting a lot of work. So I've been modeling for a long time. I started traveling and modeling and doing different things. And then, as God has it as a real blessing, after doing it 30 years, GQ magazine, real GQ, came to me. They came to me and wanted to do an article because they know I had been doing it so long.
Wow.
I was 54 at that time.
Really?
Whoa.
And what I thought was going to be a little postage stamp article came to be 6 pages. I just happened to bring the book here with me.
Okay,
GQ,
all right now.
and I got 6 pages in this book.
Wow.
A 6-page color article about me.
Okay.
But I think the thing was so interesting too, the young man that came to me, he didn't know all the things that I had done. So when he came in, he actually think with a name like Fast Freddie, he thought it was a pimp. So I said, no. I said, well, I said, well, that's not the case. Because you know, I'm a person. I dress from head to toe.
That's right.
If it ain't matching, I ain't attached.
And those rings, can we
see the rings?
Yeah.
Well, the rings. That's just an illusion of wealth.
Okay.
So when I'm late, I know I'm late. But when I'm early, I know I'm early.
My
But this
gosh.
is just a blessing from God.
Yes.
But I've had so many things that happen. That GQ magazine made me a very popular person because I don't know of anybody that got 6 pages in GQ.
Wow.
And coming from Detroit, that is really a pleasure and a treat because there's some sharp folks in Detroit.
Yes, it is.
And I'm just glad to be classified as one of them.
Yes, you definitely
So
are.
I get to
classified
meet
as one of them.
many beautiful people like these ladies here. These girls got some pretty smiles. They make an old man. They make my heart smile. So it's a blessing to be here. And I've done a lot. And believe it or not, I worked in an operating room for 25 years.
Okay.
I worked in surgery. I took people back and forth to surgery. I worked in recovery. I did the instruments.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I've done a lot. I've sold cars. I've always had jobs. I always had 2 jobs. So I always used to make the little statement, that my retirement party was going to be held at my new job.
Yeah.
And that's true because I had 2 jobs before I came here today. But it's a blessing. I'm doing things that I truly enjoy because I enjoy people. I enjoy dressing. I enjoy just having a good time.
Yes.
And I want everybody to have a good time, you know.
Okay.
So when God wakes you up, you got to let him know you appreciate it.
You do. Absolutely.
As long as you know where your blessings are coming from, and that's one thing you got to know. No matter what's going on, I stop. I try to every day let God know I appreciate it. I dress and put up on these loud clothes. I make much noise as I can. I make everybody around me as comfortable as I can.
And you
that's
do.
my plan, and I want everybody to understand that's what I do.
Okay, okay. So we just going to take a station ID. You are watching In the Know live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and other social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world.
Coolest.
And we are here today again with Wjzz Freddie.
Glad to be here.
Yes.
All
Now,
right.
you and I, we've worked together on several different things together.
Yes.
A lot of people I've spoken to people throughout the years because we've been working together for years. I've spoken with people throughout the years. When they know that you're coming to an event, I'm telling you, the ladies, the men's, but the ladies, they're so excited that Wjzz Freddie is coming. They're so excited. Now, I just want to know, can you give us a little information about that special lady in your life so I can let these ladies know?
Well, to let you know, you talking about special. First of all, I am so proud and blessed to have, I do have children.
Yes.
I have 3. Now, the situation is, because I was in entertainment, I've been traveling, I was in, I was out. And the lady that I am with now, I met her when we were teenagers.
Really?
Oh, wow.
And she's 72.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm 70. I'll be 75 next month.
Okay.
Now, we dated for about 3 years. Now, her mother brought me home from church. I was doing a fashion show for her mother's church.
Okay.
Mother was so impressed that she brought me home. And she invited me to the house and invited me to dinner. But at the time, we didn't know that our daughter was going to be dessert.
Come on with it, Freddie.
You say I can say what I want to say.
You say whatever you want to. Whatever.
So as Face has it, then I've been blessed to do a lot of things. I traveled with Motown for a while. I had a group.
Yeah.
A singing group. We wasn't super famous, but we were pretty good.
Yeah.
We were actually dancers, and we did a little routine like the Step Brothers, and we did a little routine thing. And then we sang a couple of songs.
So you sing too?
Yes.
Okay.
And I traveled with Edwin Starr, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I've done big shows in California, like the Motown thing here. They had stars, so I've been on the show with Chuck Jackson, Johnny Taylor. I've had even the OJs. I've been, in my lifetime, I have had the pleasure of being with turning a lot of corners.
Okay.
And I did all that for a while, and then I came back to Detroit, and I got into sales again, and then I started modeling again. So everything kind of recycled itself. And after working in a hospital, I sold shoes, I sold cars, so I've always been working because my parents had strict work ethics.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I only had one sister, and my parents were very strict. They said, my father, you're a man, you're going to have to work. And so when I was 13, my father cut me off. So I had to get me, he cut me off, but he did that for a lesson because he said, you're a man, you're going to have to work.
I wish I would have did that.
Work. He cut me off. So I had to work to keep up with my sister because my sister was sharp. She had charge accounts and stuff, And even when we were young, I got off the base, but when we were young, whenever we went shopping every week, my mother knew every store in America. We went shopping every weekend because my father worked 2 factory jobs.
Okay.
When he and his brothers and cousins came in from down south, they applied for factory jobs. They got 2. One was days, one was afternoons. So they decided to try it out temporarily.
Okay.
18 years later, they were still doing 2 jobs.
Oh,
Factory
wow.
jobs, hard jobs.
Wow.
So all we did was rest and dress. So my mother, actually, my stepmother got me in the habit. That's where the dressing up came to be a habit.
Okay.
And back to, so when I was doing these fashion shows, my lady, her mom invited me over, and then I started, and I left, and I lost track of her.
Okay.
Because I had been gone for some years then, and she met a guy. Actually, I think he was one of her father's friends because he was much older than her.
Okay.
He was 35 years older than her.
No.
So you could say he like robbed the cradle.
Oh, he was wrong.
But no, okay, that's the bad thing. But I went on. But he was with her for 35 years, and then I was fortunate enough to find somebody, and I was married for about 14 years.
Okay.
But through the ripping and running, and I won't blame it on any of my kids' mom. It was me, only because I'm a good person. Even right to this day, everybody still likes me.
Yes,
the moms still call me. My kids, we're in good shape. I have 3 kids. My oldest son is 53.
Okay.
He lives in Florida. He works for Disney World.
Okay.
I have a daughter, 37.
Oh, really?
She's a principal of a school in San Diego.
Oh, wow.
I have a young son here named Fred. That's my replacement.
Uh-huh.
He can do anything and looks just like me. I can't get rid of him. He's a special kid, but he works periodically.
So does he dance? Does
he can do
dress?
it all. But you
Okay.
know what? Everybody thinks your kids do exactly what you do. That does not happen all the time. My kids are very attractive kids. They are sharp, but they don't take it to the level that I take it.
I got you.
Fortunately, I have good-looking kids, and they don't need to do all that, but they do. My daughter is beautiful. I have a good-looking son. My boys are good-looking.
Okay.
And then in the process, they have different moms, but all the moms, I had one son for all those years, for about 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything I rubbed up against got pregnant. Then I had 2 kids back to back. So my oldest son, so I'm giving y'all the real.
Hey.
My oldest son is 53, my daughter's 37, and my youngest son is 36.
Okay.
Now, my youngest son, when I met his mom, she had 2 kids.
Okay.
And their dad was incarcerated really early in their life. So I took over the father position, even though the mother and I wasn't married. Then we had my young son.
Oh, wow.
So we
Bless your heart.
had, Fred is my original, but I helped to raise his brother and sister.
Okay.
And I did that and then the mom had an illness, we won't say what, but she had an illness. So she was a nurse, but then
Okay.
she got ill, so I took my son, her son, and her daughter, and I kept them for 15 years by myself.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people, dads get a bad rap sometimes.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of good dads out here. A lot of guys want to do the best thing they can do.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of times the mothers say, well, they don't get a dad a chance.
Yes.
So I did what I had to do when I raised my kids. And the mom, she got better over the years, and then she got back in touch with the kids, and now the kids here. Unfortunately, one of the ones I raised, he got killed about 7 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
But that was just an unfortunate thing. We all go through ups and downs.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
my stepchildren and everything, they're just it's, as far as I say, it's not love conquers blood anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't care what kind of blood it is. Love has got to be there and the respect.
Absolutely.
And my children all respect each other and stuff. So I have 3 originals and 4 that I kept feeding and started looking like me. If you keep feeding them, they will start looking like
That's
you.
what I hear. That's what I hear. Now with the COVID, how did that? I know that affected you because I know that we used to do a lot of stuff together.
Oh yeah,
going out to different. We used to go to senior buildings together, different events.
Mm-hmm.
How did the COVID affect you and what you
Well,
were doing?
it affected me because I'm a dancer, I'm a partier, and when that thing hit, it struck so many people so fast without warning.
Yeah.
And these people just left without packing. You couldn't get a closure.
Yep.
And my partner, Renee, her name is Renee, she was stricken with it.
Oh wow.
Fortunately, we were together. I showed you that everybody don't have. So I'm the one that's most well known. So when they heard that she had it, automatically people thought I had it.
See, I heard something about that. I did.
But see,
I heard.
God has been so good, and I do have a great resistance, and I haven't had a sick day.
Wow.
I have not had a sick day.
That's wonderful.
And that's a blessing. And my lady friend, now we've been back together. I meant to tell you, the way we got back together is her brother who was a little kid when we first met.
Uh-huh.
I hadn't seen her in 35 years. She was married for 35 years. Her husband died 20 years ago.
Okay.
Her brother was working at a car wash I used to go to. He came up to me. He said, "You don't remember me? You used to date my sister."
Uh-huh.
I said, "Yeah, okay, if you say so," because he was a huge man, big man. And he said, "You don't remember me, but you took time with my brothers and myself for about 3 or 4 years, and then you had to leave. And my sister she lost her husband, and she's by herself. And he loved his sister.
Uh-huh.
And he says, there's no really great men out here, but I want you to go take a look at my sister and see if you can just help her out, spend some time with her because she's by herself."
Okay.
So we went back and forth with this about 5 or 6 months. And then as fate has it, I was looking for a place. And then we started seeing each other, and she said, "Well, while you're looking, why don't you just try staying here?" I said, "Now I let her know."
That's right.
Now
I know
I'm a good.
right, Miss Renee. I know that's right.
I think I'm a pretty good person because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't gamble. Wow. My drug of choice is clothes.
Dress.
And looking good and having nice things and treating people nice.
Okay.
So I've been blessed to carry that on. And she said, "Well, we're just going to try this thing out." And I told her, I'm a street heathen. I like to go. I'm always out. I'm always partying. She said, "We're going to see how this goes." And that was 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So we've been back together 20 years after not seeing each other for 35.
Okay.
So what God has it, you cannot question.
Definitely cannot.
And I'm out partying all the time, but I got 2 watches tell me it's time to go home.
But you know what? I came to your event, what was it, Saturday?
Yes.
And she was at the door. Renee was at the door. And I know she supports you. She it's like she's
100%.
there. Yes,
100%.
yes. And I really admire that.
But I really always say that Renee don't play, so I know what to do, I know what not to do. I know what my pleasures are. But I'm so blessed. She is a sweet person, and I've been blessed. What God had, He brought us back together, so that must have been the right thing to do.
Yes, yes. I'm sure it definitely was the right thing to do.
She had to COVID, but she wasn't bad with it. She was on a respirator or anything.
Oh, good.
And show you what a sweetheart she is. She's in ICU calling me every day, see how I'm doing.
Aww.
Oh my God.
So I was blessed. But see, everybody's not that fortunate. Because see, I was married at one time, but my wife and I, we didn't have any kids. And we're still friends to this day. It's better that we're apart. She was a police officer, and she's a retired police officer. But she had COVID so bad, they had to put her in a coma for a month. She was in the hospital for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
And she had to learn to walk and talk all over again.
Aww.
But she's good again.
Okay, good.
But you know, every situation I've been in, like I said, even when I was married, my wife and I didn't have any kids. But my wife had 3 small brothers and sisters. And I raised my brother-in-laws. My brother-in-laws were 4 and 5, and my sister-in-law was 9. And I raised them like they were my kids. So that was my kids when I was married.
Wow.
And still to this day, my sister-in-laws and my brother-in-laws, everybody calls me to this day. They all love me, you know.
Yeah.
So
I know everybody just
so
just
I've been
loves
in
you.
a couple situations, but you know, God is really. I try to be good, and you know, you close the door gently because you might have to go back through that same door.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned you coming up on your 75th birthday.
75 and glad to be alive.
I would never have guessed. Like I said, I was at the event on Saturday. And I was sitting down because I could not keep up with all those hustles, okay?
Yeah.
But I was watching you, and you were keeping up with every single hustle. How do you do it? How do you...
that's God's blessing. I've always been, I like to dance.
Okay.
And I've been teaching for a long time because I've been in Northwest Activity Center for 32 years.
Oh, wow.
So
Teaching?
before teaching.
Oh my gosh.
I've been in Northwest Activity Center, Bustle Center. It's nowhere in the city that basically I haven't been. So I teach line dancing, ballroom dancing, Chicago stepping.
Okay.
Now I got a thing for seniors called Getting Down While You Sit Around.
Okay.
And we dance in the chairs, we hand dance. If you get up and do a twist, you can't miss. But it's just all about having fun and keeping yourself active and keeping your mind fresh and relieving that stress.
So you think the dancing has definitely...
Oh, it has been a great part of it. And then I've been blessed. My family, I come from pretty smart people because most of my family was factory orientated, but most of my siblings have been foremen and accountants and engineers. But I stepped off into the entertainment thing.
Yes.
Now, nobody really pretty much knows my family, but everybody knows me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And my family always tease me. They say, man, we did all the hard work, and now everybody knows us through you. But I'm very proud of my family because people don't know. They think everybody in my family dance. I am the only dancer in my whole family.
So is your family just... I know you said your son was in Florida, but is
my
your
oldest
primarily
my oldest
here?
son lives in Florida.
Okay.
And then my youngest son is here, and my daughter lives in San Diego.
Okay.
And I have a stepdaughter here and a stepson here. But we're all pretty close.
Okay.
But it is just a blessing to be. A lot of people think my birthday is every month now, but it's not. But my motto is, every day you wake up is your birthday.
Yes.
And you ought to celebrate it just like that.
Absolutely.
Every day you wake up is your birthday. If God wakes you up, you open his eyes. Don't be surprised. Just tell him you're glad to be alive and things will keep going.
Yes.
And I'm approaching next month, the September the 29th, will be my 75th birthday. So I done had my 3 score and more, and I'm trying to get some more.
Okay.
I'm trying to wear my Medicare out.
What kind of plans do you have for
I'm
your
going to
birthday?
have a party, but you know what? It's putting a lot of pressure on me because my 70th birthday was a big birthday.
Uh-huh.
I had almost 500 people there.
Oh, wow.
Because, see, I do a lot of things because it's like even doing this time, it's election time.
Yeah.
And I've done about 7 different events for people running for city council. I've done a couple of things with the mayor.
Okay.
I did a dedication of a building today called Dedicated Seniors. It's a new thing like Oak Street Healthcare.
Okay.
And so I'm doing a lot of things. So a lot of people be involved in my life because I all runs of life because I hang out with police commissioners, the mayor, and I don't go anywhere. I'm a stranger. And young people, old people know this hustle that the young people do called the turbo, right,
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
I'm the one that put that together.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, when they say go
And we
Freddie,
try
they're
to do
talking
it.
about me.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
But the thing they done now, they speed it up. They speed it up so
Yes,
it's right,
real
left.
quick.
But
Yeah.
it's not supposed to be that fast.
Okay.
But I have just been blessed to do many, many things. And, I was, as a baby, I was sick because my mom, when my mom had me, she was in a small hospital and they gave her the wrong shot. And you heard of the thing called eczema?
Yes, yes.
Tell you what God won't correct if he want to correct it. I had eczema so bad that I couldn't even wear clothing. I had it down to my bone.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't walk till I was almost 4.
Really?
But my mother took such good care of me.
Uh-huh.
And then my father had 2 factory jobs, so he had great insurance. And through the insurance I had and God, you could never tell that I had all that.
No.
And my mother always used to tell me that I made up for every step I missed because all the dance and stuff I did.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
But my mother passed away before she got to experience all the great things that I've done.
Aw.
My mom died in 66,
Okay.
Oh,
the
wow.
year after I got out of high school. And then my dad died 20 years later, so he got the bulk of it.
Okay.
But I have some great parents, because my mother and my father were immaculate people. And my mother was a school teacher, but my father didn't want her to work, so she didn't have to work. But every day, I never seen my mother with her hair all over her head, never seen her out of whack. Always was
Nice.
very smart. I learned more at home than I did at school because she was a school teacher by
Okay.
trade. She graduated from Grambling. So I had
wow.
great parents, and I have a lot of good relatives, had some good experiences, and a lot of good people. And through this COVID, I've lost a lot of special people. I lost my sister maybe a month and a half ago, but everything is not COVID. Because people get old, they got other conditions.
Yeah.
Because my sister
Yeah.
had a bad heart. I just lost a cousin the other day. He's been battling cancer. But we all got a time to go. But I'm struggling. I'm fighting it real hard. Matter of fact, that's why I dress up every day. If I drop now, just flip me over because I'm gonna be sharp.
We're gonna take another station ID.
Okay.
You are watching In the Know live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world.
Cool.
And we are back with Fast Freddie. Now, you mentioned that you were doing something with Dedicated Senior and Oak Street Health. Is that what are you doing exactly there?
What are we doing? It's just, it's straight out exercising is all right, but I make it fun through dancing.
Okay.
And things, and when you're not moving, you know, they got a thing called hand dancing. What I try to do whenever I DJ a party, I want everybody to have a good time.
Okay.
See, a lot of people go to parties, and there's certain people gonna walk all night because they want to show off their outfit.
Exactly.
And then if they can dance, they gonna dance all night. They dance in front of the people that won't dance, and they party. So when I do a party, I want everybody to have a good time. So that's why I came up with this sit down. I call it getting down while you sit around.
Okay.
Just like if we were sitting here, I tell you, do everything 3, work it out with me.
Give us an example.
So example.
Give us example.
So when you ladies, right now, we're gonna raise your right hand 3 times. 1, 2, your other right.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Now, first of all, you got to know where your right and left is. So if one right don't work, you use your other right, okay? All right. See, now your right is on that side, okay? All right, work with me. Raise your right hand 3. 1, 2, 3. Raise your left hand. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Both hands in the air with Fred. 1, 2, 3. Do it again above your head.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3. Raise your shoulders up. 3. 1, 2, 3. Do it again. Looks good to me.
Right now.
1, 2, 3. Roll your shoulders to the back. 1, 2, 3. Do it again. I'm liking that. 1, 2, 3. Hug yourself 3 times.
1, 2, 3.
Do it again. Y'all doing fine.
1, 2.
Raise your hand with Freddie again.
1, 2,
3. I am your new best friend.
Yes, you are.
So it's all about just a little fun.
Yes.
And that works for kids. It works for older people. It's something that everybody can do together. Just have a little fun.
Yes.
Then what happened when I reel them in, when I got them hooked, I make them get up, and then we take 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right, 2 forward, 2 back. Before you know it, we hustling and having a good time.
Okay.
So I've been doing that for quite a long time now. So even wherever I go, when I DJ, I make sure everybody's having a good time, and that's just part of the way I do it. It's good exercise. It's fun. Matter of fact, my mom tells say a lot of people are bashful, and they don't want to dance in front of nobody.
Yeah.
So
they
I
gonna
said,
miss a step.
no, this is
what
what it is.
night.
But I'm telling you, I
ain't dancing with
no,
you.
no, but
you said, come on, I want to dance.
no, but it's like this.
I ain't dancing
But
with
it's like
you.
it goes like this. I say, if you can't do the close, do the almost.
Okay.
If somebody asks you what you tell them, I'm doing an almost. Almost what you doing. That's what I'm doing. So all about it is having fun. Because if you think about it, you go to a party, and I hate to make this a racial thing, but a lot of people don't care how they look. They just dance. Just don't worry about the music. But you never realize. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Well, I tell you what. We're gonna leave it like this. Some people are uncoordinated.
Okay. We
Some
got
people.
you.
Some people are uncoordinated. But the thing is, if you go to a party and you see a person that can't dance, but they always on the floor, but you don't realize how much fun they're having.
Okay.
How much stress they are relieving. The ones sitting down, saving those outfits they might have to take back, and scared to sweat. But the thing is about having fun. It's all about having some fun.
Yeah.
So that's why I say if you can't do the close, do the almost. I'm not saying making a fool out of yourself, but just don't be scared to get up and have a little fun.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
So many of you ladies, y'all buy all these fancy outfits and sit in the corner. Nobody never see them.
I know. I was like that the other night.
And ladies, I appreciate ladies because you all go through a lot with the makeup, with the hair, the eyelashes, and all the little fancy stuff and the high heel shoes. But now too, people have made this thing famous. When I was growing up, if you had a hole in anything, a patch on anything, you was outlandish. Now the raggedy the better.
Raggedy.
I'm looking at your whole knee. I'm looking at your whole knee.
But
That's a nice little raggedy pants too.
Freddie, I done seen you with your little whole pants.
But wait a minute. But wait a minute. Let me tell you. I tell you. See, the holes had a little feeling that matched something else. The holes in my pants, some kind of way, match my collar or something.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's all matching.
Hey, that's the need.
But I tell you, you can't knock fashion
Yeah,
fashion and passion. So it's a blessing, but you got to know, really be honest with yourself, what really looks nice on you and which is ridiculous.
Yes, absolutely.
Because sometimes a lot of people take it too far. You know, I seen a young lady last week, her whole hip was out.
Wow. Yeah, that's common. That's
and
common.
Then, then too, sometimes if you a certain size, you know, certain things are not for you.
Exactly.
That's like, okay, if I'm a little fella, when I look like wearing some big pants that I got to keep pulling
them
up.
up, yeah.
And then, ladies, some of these outfits be so tight, I know they hurt. See, spandex ain't for everybody.
Now, Freddie, what you think about when they be showing? Do they show too much up here, or what do you think about that scenario?
Well, it's it
seems like
gives
you're into more
it tricks your eyes.
Classic.
When it tricks your eyes, you're gonna look. But it don't leave nothing for the surprise.
Okay, I got you.
Leave nothing for the surprise.
Yeah.
In other words, this is what you can get if you're lucky. And you already looked at it, so you don't have to describe it. You know what it's looking at already, because it's looking back at you. So what I usually tell the young ladies, because everybody knows me and I'm a friendly person and I like to have fun. One young lady, she came up to me, she said, "What do you think about this outfit?" Because I take photos and I do a lot of photo work too. And she said, "What do you think of this outfit?" It's going to be great when they finish it.
When they finish.
But everybody got style.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. Because, see, I don't do anything. I just think you got to be honest with yourself and attractive.
Yes.
With yourself. But if you pleased with it, and you have to, if your personal person in your space is pleased with it, that's what basically you have to worry about.
Yeah.
But you got to have some self-respect first of all.
Exactly. And self-respect goes a long way.
So with me, if it ain't matching, I ain't attaching.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Every time I see you, you are just so, and you just dress, you and Miss Renee, y'all just dress so well.
It's a blessing to be able to do it.
Yes.
It's not a chore. And then a lot of people, we get hooked on names.
Who coordinates?
I do most of it.
You do most coordination?
Oh, yeah. That's what I do when I wake up to do this.
Okay.
And Renee,
nice.
she can handle her own business too.
But what she does, I know she can.
When I get up, she peeps around the corner, see what I have on. Then we come out looking like Pete and repeat. But it's fun. It's a challenge for us too.
Okay.
And when I shop a lot for her, a lot for myself. And then a lot of stuff is kind of unisex stuff now, so we always have matching colors and matching things. But it's fun for us. It's just something to do.
Yes, I'm sure it is. Now, you mentioned your son. He was Freddie Jr. Do you have any grandkids that are following in your steps?
Yes, I have 8 grandkids.
Okay.
I have them all ages. My youngest one is 5, and then I have a 7-year-old, and then I have a 13, 14, 12, and my oldest grandson is 32.
Okay.
And Renee has 4, so together we have 12.
Okay.
So we got them all ages, all sizes, and it's a blessing to have them, but sometimes they get really expensive. They think that, money just falls out of trees.
Yeah.
They forget us. But our family's making money. My kids are doing very well. I keep telling them, come back and help Dad, because if he hadn't stayed asleep, y'all would be here. So we planted the seed. Come back and help the seed. I'm tired of knocking when I go to the bank. Help Dad out.
I know that's right. I read a couple. I read a lot of stuff in your GQ article, but it said at some point I read it somewhere. It said you were the richest.
No, the
the
poorest celebrity in America.
There you go.
Wow.
You really have to be careful about things you say, because I'm always joking. The young man that wrote this article is named Devin Friedman.
Okay.
And he had traveled with the Kings of Comedy. That's how he got into black fashion.
Okay.
But he told me, honestly, he says, these guys took life for granted. They were kind of arrogant. They didn't think, life owed them nothing. They thought they got this on his own, maybe sometime without God's help. But Steve Harvey has changed that around. He always praises God for the things he's been through. You don't know what he started. So all these celebrities started on the bottom, but they rose to the top. And I always, Devin Friedman, he had heard about me through the TV show. So when he met me, like I said,
through the scene?
Yeah, he came to Detroit with Steve Harvey. When Steve Harvey was his line of clothing.
Okay.
And he started talking to people because he's been traveling with them, so he really got into fashion. And black people, we are really into fashion.
Absolutely.
So everywhere he went, he tried to collect some names of the sharp guys in Detroit.
Okay.
And my name was thrown in the hat.
Yes.
So Fast Freddie, he said that kept coming back to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he wanted to meet Fast Freddie. So with the guys that he had met, sharp guys driving Cadillacs and hats on sideways and all that, he automatically thought I was a pimp.
You said that.
So
wow.
when he came to Detroit,
Uh-huh.
I did have a Cadillac,
Okay.
but it wasn't a super thing with the sunroof top and all that kind of stuff. Regardless.
Diamond in the back.
But regardless, but the thing is, he was really impressed because by me being on TV and working in surgery and doing all the things I've done, everybody knew me.
Yes.
So when he came to Detroit, he was standing in the Renaissance Center. He was standing on the top floor.
Okay.
So we made arrangements to meet. When I met him, that day was a hot day, and I was pretty loud that day. I had this orange.
What you have on?
I had an orange. I'll never forget. I had on an orange see-through shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and I had on like a yellow undershirt up under it. I
Okay.
had on some orange pants, and I had on some orange and yellow alligator shoes.
Okay.
And I had on an orange straw hat with a yellow band, so you could see me coming for a mile away.
Uh-huh.
So when I walked in his room, he said, "Man, you're sharp." And I'm sure it was in the back of his mind. He said, "You're loud." You know? But he was so impressed, and he was like, before this got popular, the raggedy stuff. That's how he looked.
Okay.
He said, "Man, I don't know if I can go with you." I said, "Fine, you come, fine, just come on."
Mm-hmm.
And we went on, and this is God honest truth. When we got off the elevator,
Uh-huh.
it was about 30, 40 floors. So, you know, he was up in the air. Every time the elevator opened, somebody said, "Hey, Freddie, how you doing?"
Oh, wow.
"Hey, Freddie, how you doing?" He was just amazed. He said, "Damn, every time the door opens." So by the time we got to the floor, everywhere we went, somebody said, "Hey, Freddie, how you doing?"
Yeah.
And that happens to me to this day.
Oh, I know it
When
do.
I came here today,
Imagine.
everybody in the lobby knew who I was.
Did they really? They
But
better
that's
have
a
they
blessing.
knew you were.
They
Yes.
know.
But the thing is, he was so impressed, and we at the time, Hart Plaza was having the Praise Fest.
Okay.
It was on Sunday. And I said, "Well, I'm gonna take you down here, and we're just gonna walk and talk," because he wanted to find out about me. And so when we got out of my car, this got on the street. We were on Woodward by the statue at the city council building.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And when we got out, a fire truck was coming down Woodward.
Uh-huh.
They stopped and said, "Hey, Freddie, how
Come
you
on
doing?"
now.
God honest truth, because I knew the guys on the truck.
I believe it.
I mean, I swear
Yeah.
this is God honest truth. And so we got through that, and we walked across the street. The police that was directing traffic, I went to school with him.
Okay.
He hugs me. Some people in that car say, "Fast Freddie, you holding up traffic." So by the time, this guy, he was just flabbergasted. And we walked all through Hart Plaza, and we were talking, and I spoke to so many people. But I think the straw that broke the camel's back, it was a lady with two kids. The boy and the girl, they were twins. They were cute as can be. And so we were talking, and they were pulling on me and stuff. So I picked both of them up.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to the lady and talking to the guy. He's asking her questions about me. And the little boy, he's taking my hat off and rubbing my hair, and I ain't putting my hat back on. And I never did stop talking. He said, "Man, you are a special person. Everybody loves you." He said, "I've never met anybody like you." And so when I put the kids down, they said they knew who I was and everything. He said, "Man, how does everybody know you?" He said, "I was trying to explain to you." I said, "Man, I've been on TV for some years. I worked in a hospital. I've done a lot of things. It's just a blessing. It's just, I try to be a nice guy." So he said, "I am going to stay here. I was going to do this one day, but I'm going to stay for a couple of days because I've never met anybody like you."
Uh-huh.
So at the time, I was still working in the hospital. I was working in the OR at Riverview Hospital.
Okay.
But I was working part-time. I took him, I had him meet me at work, and I took him to the hospital, and I said, "This is Devin Friedman. He's with GQ magazine." And everybody thought it was a hoax. And I took him upstairs to the men's locker room because I changed clothes with the doctors.
Okay.
Because I worked I had to wear scrubs and stuff. And the doctors, they built me up. They said, "This Fast Freddie, he's a special guy because we know how he's here because every day he comes in, he hangs his hat up, he puts his shoes down, he puts his clothes in the locker. He makes us look bad because he's sharp every day." He said he's coming in looking like the doctor, but we are the doctors. And so he's such a good spirited guy. He helps us with, he said all our patients really like him because he brings them back and forth to surgery and everything. And he was impressed. And then I took them to Northwest Activity Center to one of my dance classes.
Oh, okay.
And I had about 40, 50 people in that class.
Wow.
And we did the little thing we did here, the little chair dancing and the little things we doing. And he was just amazed. And then this nightclub called Yesterday's.
Okay.
I took them there that
Yeah, I
night.
remember Yesterday's
And
too.
they were having mock elections. And at that time, he brought his whole camera crew there.
Mm-hmm.
And they was having mock elections. And I was nominated one of the best dressed people in the bar. I
Okay.
came to the bar. So he hit all that. Matter of fact, one of the pictures from that is in this book.
In the book.
One of the pictures from Northwest Activity Center is in this
And
book.
I know you got some recognition from the city of Detroit
Oh
too,
yeah,
right?
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yes.
much, because that had never happened. You know, nobody had ever been displayed like that in a national magazine
Yes.
from Detroit.
Yes.
So I have had so many blessings over and over again. Every day is a blessing. I don't go anywhere. I'm a stranger, and I know I'm getting older. Whatever hurt, I'm rubbing it to make sure it's still working. And I want everybody to feel the same way. Just, don't overdo it, but don't underdo it.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of times when you have an accident or something, they have to take you to rehabilitation.
Mm-hmm.
Rehab yourself. Don't depend on
Okay.
somebody else to raise your arm up. Do it
Yes.
yourself. I don't say
Oh,
hurt yourself,
wow.
but you got to stay active. Keep your memory going. Because I just had a checkup the other day, and sometimes things are kind of slipping because they test you. These tests they give you, like they say as well. I'm gonna tell you three numbers, 4, 5, 7, and then they tell you a long story,
Yeah.
and they come back and say, "What was the 3 numbers I said?" You got to really think about it hard.
Oh, they giving you those type
They
of
get
tests
all kind of
now?
tests, yeah, but that's just doing a checkup now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, but even you think about it, if somebody say, give you some directions, say, well, you go in this building and you go up to the 3rd floor and turn right, count 3 doors, turn left, knock on the door. You really have to think about it.
You do.
So you really have to challenge yourself. Just as easy as a little thing, I was laughing at her because I said, raise your right hand. She doing her left.
But see,
it's just,
that's what impressed me when you went, because I'm in the healthcare field. I'm an EMT. That's what really impressed me with you. When I sat and watched you the other day, when you were literally keeping up with every step, I was like, I can't do that. So,
and then you can wake me up and I can do that.
Wow.
So that is a blessing. That's God's blessing.
It's definitely a
but
blessing.
you know what? The best machine or calculator or thing you can do is a person's body.
Okay.
God is no joke to put that together and have you
yeah.
come out as an infant, grow up, remember the things as a kid.
Mhm.
Do you know what kind of memory bank you got to have?
Yes.
They say you never use your whole brain.
You don't. You don't.
No.
But sometimes I think I done wore man out, but it's still, I'm blessed to be here. So you can't take that for granted. Every day is really a blessing. Everything that God challenges you, gives you, that you overcome, it's got to be done over and over. I don't tell them, everybody doesn't carrying Bibles, ain't reading them.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to check it out. But first of all, just know when you wake up, even with this COVID thing, how is it that we've been walking around all these years and nobody got sick?
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
He gave us all that time to play with.
He
Yes.
did.
Some of us
Yes.
abused it, but He's taken a lot of people away from let you know it can go anytime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And sometimes
Absolutely.
the strongest are the weakest, and sometimes the weakest are the strongest.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Because
Yeah.
working in surgery, I met a guy built like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He had muscles he ain't never used yet.
Mm-hmm.
Scared of needles.
Oh wow.
I said, man, you got muscles you ain't never used yet.
Uh-huh.
And I said, what do you do when you get somebody on? He say, I beat him down. I say, you scared of this
We
little
got
needle?
a couple minutes left. I'm just
Everybody's
looking at
favorite. I like talking, so yeah,
I know
messed
you
this
do.
up.
I know you do.
This
And
has been
I
a real treat for me. You
Yeah,
see that?
I
I
said,
enjoyed
you know what I told
myself.
myself? I said, when Freddie come, I said, I'm going to be so comfortable, and I know I'm not going to have to do much talk because Freddie loves to talk.
Yeah.
Freddie loves to talk. But yeah, we got a couple minutes left. I'm just going to do one more station ID, and then I'll give you the floor for the last minute or so.
Okay,
So
well,
you're
thank you.
watching In the Know live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You got the
Cool.
flow. You got a couple minutes back.
Yeah, well,
Freddie.
it doesn't take long to let God know you appreciate it. And I appreciate being here with you all. And you are some beautiful ladies. You gave you a position to open some doors for some more people, bring some smiles out,
Absolutely.
find out some things that bug them, throw those things aside and go with the positive things.
Yes.
But these young people and old people, we have to get together. Young people, you got to know a little bit about your past to get you your future.
Future, exactly.
And the people that's in the future that has been through these things come back and realize these young people can help you do some new things.
So
to make
where
things
can
easier.
people find you if they want to come to a class, if they want to see you on Facebook? What's your handles, Freddie? Let them know now.
Renee.
That's fast, Renee.
I'm gonna do it like this. Hello, Renee. I'm still on the radio
He's still
and
on
TV.
the radio, fast, Renee.
We got through talking about you.
Over, baby.
It's almost over, but I'm talking, so I'm signing out on you, and then I'm finna sign out on you. Bye.
Thank you.
I believe we are off air.
That's good.
I think we still live. We still
Yeah,
live.
but say it's a blessing to be here. But all you do is Google Fast Freddie Detroit, and my number will pop up. I'm in several locations right now. I'm at Horace Sheffield's thing called Dabo.
Okay.
I'm at community centers. I do schools. I do churches. I do private parties. I'm the dance doctor. I make house calls.
Yes.
Just call me. Don't just breathe in the phone. You're not alone. 483-485-6719. Call me anytime. Google me.
I know that's right, Freddie. It was a pleasure having you. I know I'll be seeing you probably next week or the week after sometime. But yeah, you are definitely a icon in the city of Detroit, and we really appreciate you being here today.
And I want to make sure y'all keep this going, so I do windows and doors. I come in and clean up the station, so y'all keep this going.
Come back anytime. Come back anytime. Oh my goodness.
Well, again, it was a pleasure.
Been a
I'm
treat.
your host, Cassie, and this is my co-host,
Kim.
And
Cassie
we're here
and Kim. All
yes,
right.
we're
2Ks.
here today with Fast
All right,
Freddie.
all
It
right.
was wonderful, and we just hope you guys check us out again next week on Wjzz Cool TV in the know at 6 o'clock on Fridays.
The
Thank you so
coolest.
much.
Okay.
We're